Здорово, здорово.
Does Kuno care?
Не, в 6 утра поезд в зал уже. После зала на работу. Так, помаленьку залетаю чисто на 20-30 минут сюда. Слишком много читать, как бы, и... Классная игра, наверное. Сам не проходил еще полностью. Но она крутая. Ее сделали эстонцы. Как минимум, она заслуживает.
All around you, rain falls on the great city of Rivershore. Rain drips from the eaves and floods the gutters, washing the filth away. The spring thaw must be here. The snow is melting. Looking up at the sky, cold water dripping from your...
Hello, sir. Are you interested in a new... It's a bookstore, sir. We sell books, postcards, and some board games. It's called Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold your horses, little girl.
A postcard is a small cardboard picture. You can write a few words on the other side and send it to your friend or beloved. Board games are like little games on a table, made to pass the time. There are several different ones, but sailors here mostly buy cards. That is a book. They have stories inside them. It's like someone told you a story in a really long letter. My pleasure. Anything else you'd like to know? Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about... My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. She owns the store. She's inside minding the register or organising the stock. Feel free to step in and browse our wares. I'm signalling that the store is open. Otherwise people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance and biographies of famous people. Oh, no, sir. I'm happy to help Mum by luring in customers. Besides, I have some hot juice in my vacuum bottle to keep warm.
Сейчас вернусь.
I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running. Mum says it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mum says a proper worker is dutiful. That's how you get ahead in life. You succeed.
There is stress and unease behind these words. She's reciting etiquette.
Mum says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being cursed. Cursed in the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go... Exactly. But we've been doing fine so far.
We can go into the bookstore and ask about the case, but I don't see much more to look into here.
Yes, please do look at our wares inside. The postcards and board games you asked about are also there, sir.
Да, ходил.
It does not manifest itself in any way. It does not exist.
Нормально.
I liked it better when we were...
Anything else you wanted? Nothing really, sir. Maybe I
Ну
can tell
ладно,
you
тут
about
уже
some of our
всё.
books instead. Crime
Если у
fiction
меня
is
всё
about...
сплошно.
It's exciting. You don't look much like a police. Didn't mean to offend, sir. Sorry, sir. It's just that you don't look like Dick Mullen. Head.
No, you're resilient. No, you're mine.
That's a bit childish. Say what, sir? You don't have to be, sir. He's just a fictional character. He's no match for you. Maybe you can show me some real police work, sir. Like in the books.
А чё, ты же сама сказала включать. Чё, нормально.
The girl keeps her hands folded, hidden. Why is that?
What do you mean, sir?
She looks around anxiously. Her hands remain. The lieutenant stands by, looking at the two of you with little interest. She brings out her reddened hands, her nails frayed, nearly chewed down to the flesh.
And you knew this from me keeping my hands folded? Well, that proves nothing. Anyone could do an easy deduction like that.
She nods, half provocative, half enthusiastic.
Maybe so, sir. Okay, I know it's a bad habit, and I shouldn't. It was okay, sir.
There's more that can be achieved here. Ask her to do the same.
You're quite sober.
The lieutenant does not flinch at the comment. He does not flinch even a single bit. He is intensely not flinching. It takes effort.
I'm sorry, sir.
There she stands, swaying on her feet, assaulted by the early spring breeze. She smiles at you. The whole situation suddenly feels familiar, somehow.
It's the type of book, or there could be a story about a poor lady getting a rich man. It's about man and it happens. Those are unhappy books, for most of the pages. People sad, maybe some about other books.
A striking woman.
Good morning, officers. I'm Joyce. Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCM. Beaton, my maiden name. I meant you, the Revachol Citizens Militia. The police. Nothing, honestly. I've said it to every drunk in town, and you're the first one who's responded. I'm glad to see you here.
Like steel. There is strength there. If she wanted, she could see.
I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will, gladly.
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual. But I can assure you of his ultimate...
It happens quicker than a shooting star. But did the lieutenant just wink at you?
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation, and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines group. Why, yes I am. course there are. We're on an archipelago. How else are you supposed to get around? Yes, we are. We are on Le Caillou. We are. And the city of Revachol is on the island of Le Caillou.
She nods attentively.
The boat? No. It is called Cor de Leyte 19 because that's the type of sloop it is. My sloop? I like it a lot. It's the eels.
I'm enjoying this part of the interview. It has so little to do with the murder we're investigating.
Officer, I assure you I'm a highly qualified...
The Crown's a qualified pleasure craft operator.
Why wouldn't it be? This is Revachol, Wayfair Act and all. Anyone can drive a boat. Good. What we do. I'm afraid I don't speak for Wild Pines as a whole. The Pines' core competency is logistics. Container shipping, freight, that sort of thing. See those airships there, blinking? Those are the shipping side of things. And that is the terminal. Another subdivision deals with energy, oil and gas exploration, offshore platforms. I'm not at liberty to discuss the company balance sheet, but I can tell you that last year, the company...
$1 billion?
It's a number, officer. A big one. It's made of 1,000 millions. A million is made of 1,000 thousands. $20 billion is a large number, but the conglomerate employs 72,000 people. They all need to be paid. Then there are capital improvements, interest payments. A conglomerate the size of the Wild Pines is like a shark. If it stops moving, it will die. Then what becomes of those 72,000 families? It's a tremendous responsibility. They started as an exploration and cargo fleet conducting trade between the Samaran and Insulindian Isolas 250 years ago, when Pine ships explored the South Seminese and charted Lomantang on behalf of the suzerain. Centuries of care, deliberation, and madness have gone into this endeavor. You mean aside from being the terminal's legal owners, who are responsible for moving 8% of the...
She nods.
Everything. Right up to, but not including, trade secrets. I believe the official...
And how are the talks going?
They're not. That's the problem. The Union stopped all negotiations a week ago.
Wait. She just admitted that the lynching and the strike...
Now they won't even let me into the harbour. There's a 2-meter-20 racist behemoth blocking the gates. What can I say? The Union employs a giant covered in tattoos. A racist giant. I guess that's part of their big tent organization now.
Давай на связи.
Let's say
And when did...
I arrived 3 weeks ago.
But the strike big...
I wasn't the...
This isn't...
Heavens, no. There have been 2 prior strikes. Both times. There are leaflets everywhere, and banners. What did they say again? Every worker, a member of the board. Fortunately, they explained it. Every time the Wild... Just so you understand, this is but one of 22 terminals owned by Wild Pines. Essentially, not only are they kings of the company, they are also kings of the 72,000 employees of Wild Pines Group. They're having a blast. But how can they afford it? After 4 months, my assumption was they would prefer a more practical solution. I'm not sure. Naturally, I assumed that was just their opening position, a hard-nosed tactic with a side of mockery. But there's been no follow-up, just the same nonsensical slogan repeated over and over again. And now, people are getting lynched, I hear. Behind the whirling in rags.
Excuse me, from whom did you hear about this lynching?
I first.
This checks out.
Of course. How else can I help?
Is what you want to say, but it isn't that. Look at that lady. Take a gander. Squint your eyes, bub. A well-kempt, yet tastefully short bob of dark hair. Despite the first hints of grey, positively statuesque, while dull orange pearls. Now look at you. You're poor. Poor as balls. You can't ask this person for money. You're too. Oh, but you are.
As I was saying, if there's any way I may be of assistance, please don't hesitate to ask. Quite a few. The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake of...
Of course, ma'am. We should have introduced ourselves. I am Lieutenant Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. And this is my colleague from Precinct 41. I'm afraid he doesn't have his badge at the moment. I hope mine will suffice.
How curious. Why is that, Detective? I see. So, are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode? Oh dear. I suppose this does explain some of the more curious turns in our conversation.
Здорово. Вы в порядке все? Сам как? На линии.
As I said, ma'am, his technique may be very unconventional, but he is an officer of the RCS.
Of course, I sympathize. But I'm afraid I simply can't share anything more until I've seen that badge. Of course. The situation is extremely volatile. The sooner we can speak about this, of course, Detective.
Before you stands a motor carriage. The bodywork is covered in blue and white livery, bearing the number 57. Vapor emanates from the large. In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio, a scent of leatherwork and heavy fuel.
All right. Ready? I turn, you press start. It's next to the preheater.
The dashboard lights up with orange glow, like a leopard waking from its sleep, yawning and roaring. The lights unfold with a little click, casting electrical light onto the ground before the vehicle.
There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done. We just need to stand in front of the machine now.
As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp, an iridescent hologram appears. A street grid and the veins of a great river. A familiar sensation washes over you.
There she is. Revachol West.
Around the borders of the watermark are dozens, no, hundreds of micro-perforations. The rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, and yet the major arteries of Revachol are all recognizable. They shimmer in the Kanema's headlights. A rat brazenly darts past you and disappears amongst the stopped lorries. In the distance, a child somewhere shrieks. A woman reprimands her in a voice no quite. In the middle of a broken plaza, in a cone of light, barely visible in the daytime. Two men, one slim, the other sturdy. They are on the city stage, but only one of them knows his lines.
Ah, Martinez. Let me see. Right here. No, it does not.
There are many of them, and they are divided into three separate. The first row has 18 dots. The next is the longest. It runs all the way around. There are so many, it's hard to... The last row has 3. As you look at them, you feel your index finger reflexively contract 3 times. And something you'll do again before this is all over.
Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They are your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you'd keep it.
Son, here is where we score your life performance.
The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered? Maybe you were a diplomat, or in PR. Doesn't matter, I suppose. Let this next row... Wow, more than 200. It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year, call it what you want. You were a valuable member of your precinct. Now, let's look at the...
You know the answer already. The tingle in your index finger gave it away.
That's right. How did you know? Ah, right. Sometimes the brain's able to preserve certain responses even when conscious memory. For an RCM officer, there are certain of... But it seems...
He's sincerely glad you're not a scary predator.
Yes. Everyone has their own method of coping. Some more effective, or self-destructive. Personally, I find it helps to keep up a few hobbies. Oh, this and that. Let's not get into it now. Why not gardening? You've already got the yellow gloves.
The lieutenant nods. The rectangular watermark is overlaid.
Let me see. Right here. It has its problems.
The rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of...
Let me see. Right here. Oh, yes.
All of them worse than here.
Right. I'll go turn off the lights.
You can now see your statistics on your journal page, to the right of the task description.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge, the frequency tablet, the soft
Hello, Alice.
Operating the radio is
This is officer.
under the green prime line, a yellow
Just a second, officer.
10-2, 10-5, this is 41st. 10-4, what's your status? Over. 10-18, 10-20, over. 10-18, 10-20, over. State your message, sir, over. 10-9, repeat message, over. 10-4, message received. This is a very serious situation.
1022, the captain. This sounds...
Is it him? What does he want? Says he lost his badge and needs to report it. He what? He lost... This is Communication Officer Jules Pidieux, sir. Over. You mean your partner? Over. What is he saying? He's asking who you... I'm his goddamn... It's your partner, Satellite Officer Dietmar, sir. Did he lose his memory along with his fucking badge? Who lost his badge? Dick fucking Mullen. Who do you think? It's Officer Dick Mullen from the bestseller Dick Mullen and the Lost Identity.
Dick Mullen is not your name. It's the name of a fictional detective who would not defend yourself. Immediately, they're laughing at you.
Ten-4, I hear you, officer. I'm just going to make a note here that you are in pursuit of your misplaced badge. Oh.
Fuck me! Mac, come here! You've got to hear this. Dick Mullen lost his badge.
What's going on?
Super Cop here lost his badge.
He lost his what? His badge. He lost his goddamn fucking badge. He asks you to please stop saying it.
Why?
Sergeant Pors.
You don't have a comeback. Sorry. It's hard to think like this.
He's not replying. Looks like he's still looking for it. 10-9, come.
New height?
Ask him. Sergeant Pors.
Check your pockets. Check your... Holy fuck. You don't know where it is, do you? No. It's gone. It's not fucking on you.
10-9, come in, officer. Did you get my question? We were wondering about your gun. Over. 10-1, you're breaking up. 10-9, repeat, please. Over.
Even before you can get the words out, everything gets scrambled in your brain.
He says he didn't lose his gun. Or his phone, whatever that means.
Ask him to describe it. His gun. Not as fun. Just a gun will do.
Satellite Officer McLean requests a description of...
The fuck do you need a gun for? Look at the pythons on your arms. You are a gun. The biggest one in the world.
It's a single-shot kill A9. An armistice, to be precise.
Says it's a kill 9mm armistice. Armistice? What, is he a fucking... Clearly he doesn't have his...
Dear God, he lost his gun. Oh my, I can't.
This isn't really a lot.
Mac can face a giant of Coco Nur by himself. But Dysco here... Oh, I can't. Fuck. He lost his... Ask him if he's still got his wiener.
I'm not going to.
Ask him.
Sergeant Orson here is wondering if you are still in possession of your genitalia.
Now is a good time to say fuck and ass and so on. That'll make this all right.
That's a negative. Not going to...
What's he saying? Share with the class.
He said he sodomized your mother.
The prick ate Mama's vanilla waffles at the captain's birthday party. Sure, vanilla waffles? Shut up, Chester. This isn't funny. Tell him to apologize right now.
Sergeant Orson requests that you apologize for the claims that you made about his mother. Over. Mac, he says you shouldn't have antagonized the firewalker in the... Who? Satellite Officer V. I'm afraid he... Firewater? Satellite 10-4, affirmative.
Oh, God.
Officer, do you need further assistance? Over. Okay, 10-4, sir.
Wait. Before you say anything stupid, think it through. You're going to be looking at a straitjacket if you tell everyone you lost your memory. Be smart about it.
10-4, sir. I'm not hearing your question. That's a negative, sir. I got a 10-12 here. Over. That's a negative, sir. I got a 10-12 here. Over.
What? What is it?
He wants to verify the information.
But of course, it says Dick Mullen. Hi.
Don't tell him to stop wasting time. What do you need, sir? Over. 10-9, repeat message. I didn't get the...
What?
He seems...
Mullen,
Wrap it up. Don't indulge in it. 10... excuse me, sir? No, sir, I haven't. You're not really keen on mentioning your home life, so I've always assumed things weren't that good on that front. Over. 10-4, well...
Does he actually want something, or...
He asked for... Sir, so, was there anything else? Understood, sir. Over. Roger that. 10-10. Over.
a metallic.
Take what you need, officer. It's going to...
He's clearly a little protective of his tools. But what can you do? The pry bar feels nice, cold, useful for opening all the hand. You can do good. It's right. Lets you see things. The pull out.
This is Precinct 57. How may I... 57.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering wheels. The white suede feels luxurious under the top. As you tap on the...
No, that's enough fun with the foldable headlights. I know this is the Coupe Kinema, my motor carriage. You can use the toolbox and the radio if you'd like.
In the cabin, you see a set of... This posts a faint sticker on the side. The box seemed eat shit pig. The mail collection box seemed and then suddenly you see it over all the other graffiti.
Ладно, хватит на сегодня. Всем пока.